Alright, let's get into some of the work that I've done. This is christenfarmnursery.com. They do landscaping, really nice rock and brick work. Let me load the site here. I want to show you what happens when it loads. You notice here on the left there's this really neat little flash image gallery. The content management system allows them to upload these photos. They are resized accordingly, and it writes the XML so that this flash application can then load the images. So they have complete control over that. Also on this website they have a WordPress webzine in the background that they can automate, and then what it does here on the front page is it puts their most recent article with links to it. Also on the side here it has a link for the last 10, I believe, articles. They've only written 2. We got some widget from the weather channel so they can quickly log on to their site and see what the temperature is going to be like. Over here we have our area. They have a Facebook page, a Twitter page, a YouTube page, a Flickr page. This allows them to cross-link, so all their Facebook friends can then easily find their site or friend them on Facebook. Same with Twitter and everything else. It creates a lot of link back, which is really good for search engine optimization. There's also this Add This widget here, which allows people from different social networks to post this on their page, their profile, so that there's even more link backs. Really powerful stuff there. Up here we've got the basic menu. I'll go through some of the more interesting portions of it. History and staff and all that. These are all pages and applications that they can edit themselves, so they don't have to call me every single time they want to change anything. They can change anything on this site whenever they want, pretty much. Let's look at annual planning. Portfolios are a really good application. This allows them to create different areas, kind of like different folders. Like one is landscaping projects, and this one's landscaping projects as well. I don't know why they haven't deleted that or what the case is. But how it works is each one of these applications here allows them to create a basic description and then upload 10 photos that then display accordingly. So this one here is just uses JavaScript to flip through these images, and if you're logged in, you can create a comment. So what I want to do is I'm going to go back here. The portfolio is kind of neat because it tells you the folder that it's in and each image number. Well, there's the image name. If you go back down here, it has the images. They're named. So there's image 2, image 3, image 4, but they can call them whatever they want. So they can call this nice backyard or something like that, or they could call this one pretty flower or blooms, or this one here could be fancy brickwork and rock work around a tree, whatever they want to call it. And that name then goes up here. So it'd be the name of the group and then the name of the image. And then when they click on any one of those in rotation, it will show you that particular project. Since they only have 2 projects, it's not really all that impressive. But all of this loads on the fly. In fact, every time I load this page here, these images go into a completely random order. So it's never the exact same order. So you don't have to. So if they have like 50 different categories, and that'd be 500 pictures, you don't want to have to sit through all 500 pictures just to see what's going on. And plus, it's neat when every time you go there, you see completely different images, or at least appears to be completely different images. So that's a really neat thing. They have an admin area where they can update this whenever they want. So the first image on this one was, let's refresh this actually. We'll reload. What's the first image we see? We see the house with some plants. Let's reload this again. Oh, now you see some rocks. Let's reload it again. Oh, now you see the tree. So every single time you go here, it's a completely different image. That's a really neat feature. And they have the ability to administrate the entire thing. Let's go to plant selections. They had thousands of plant selections. We grouped them by roses, fruits, vegetables, vines, shrubs, evergreens, grass, perennials, trees. You can click on any one of these. I'm going to click on shrubs just to see what happens here. Now, they had all of this information in an Excel spreadsheet, thousands of entries. It displays 100. Here, I'll just click search with no criteria. Okay, there's 781. Sorry, I felt like thousands. Trust me. But what I did was I created a script that took their Excel spreadsheet, injected it into an application in the content management system, which is Profile Manager Premium version 4. And that makes it completely searchable using the basic tools that come with PM out of the box. So you can pretty much pick whatever category you want. Let's pick grass, and it'll display all the grass ones. If you could pick roses, and it will show all the different types of roses. So let's say we want a Fiesta rose. So we go down here and we go to Fiesta. It should only pick up Fiesta roses. See? Just like that. Perfectly good search engine. And each one of these, they can view it, so they can upload it just like that. Gives you the size, what kind of sun it needs to be placed in. So tons and tons and tons of information here. So anybody who does business with them, that buys a product and they're unsure about the product, they can then go to that portion of the website and get all the information they need. So that's a really, really neat thing. And they can edit that on the fly. They can change their prices whenever they want. This one here is probably the cream of the crop section of this website. What this allows the user to do is to pick a product and then figure out how much it's going to cost to do a certain area. So you'll notice nothing here because you have to pick a product first. So let's pick mulch, and you'll notice there's 3 different kinds of mulches, and there's 3 different kinds here. So let's pick wood chips, and you'll notice here wood chips are $31 a square yard and $2 a bucket. So unit price is 31 because we're going by yards here. So if anybody knows anything about yards, it is 3 foot by 3 foot, and we used inches on thickness because it's very unlikely that someone's going to put 3 feet deep of mulch, wood chips. But let's just say they did. There's 12 inches in a foot, so that'd be 36. And you'll notice the unit price is 31, cubic yards is 1, so the total price is $31. That makes complete sense. But realistically, you're going to go, let's say 4 inches, and you got like a 10 foot by a 6 foot. And you can then see that your price, your quote, is going to be $22.96. This is really a powerful tool for someone who wants to do yard work and they want a quote, and then they can get this quote 24 hours a day because it's online, whether Christian Farm Nursery is open or closed. They can go there and they can pick any one of these and they can do the calculator. The cool part is this is the same scenario as the plant selections, because what they can do is they can go in and change their price, and it'll change the price here, and it'll automatically affect the calculator as well, and everything is on the fly. They don't have to really do a whole lot of anything. But if you wanted to view some of these, you can also do that. So here's your different colored mulches, prices again, and then you can, of course, click the back button and go back here. So if you're not sure about something, let's say cobblestones, we're curious. Are there any images? There they are. That's what a cobblestone is. Now I know what they're talking about. Well, those are the rocks I wanted, so now I can go back and pick that. If you pick rocks, and we'll go, where's the cobblestones? There we go. Now we got a total of $100. So we can switch this any which way we want. So we can pick our size and then go through the different products and then figure out what the total is going to be. So let's say cobblestones are kind of expensive. Let's go to base gravel. Ooh, that's even more expensive. How about river rock? Whoa, river rock is really expensive. So maybe we'll go with the granite. There you go. There's something in our price range. So it allows the customer to go in there and do some really amazing stuff. This part here is all JavaScript. This is all a search engine return from Profile Manager Premium. So you can build these kind of applications with that content management system. Let me see what else is interesting on here. We've got an events calendar. Real simple stuff. I'll show you more cool things on here, but you can see what's going on. They put their hours on there. I think that's kind of not necessary. They probably would put more events, interesting things happening. They've got golf cars. They also do, and these pages they can edit on their own. Let's look at the inventory. So this is the different inventory that they've got. for sale, and then you can view the details. So that's kind of neat. Resources. A lot of stuff is real basic. Um, Here's another cool thing. Under job opportunities, I put their application online. So if somebody wanted to come here, they could click print this page, and it will print this entire application out, and then they can fill it out and send it to them. So that's kind of neat. It won't print the rest of the background either. As you'll notice, I'll click this page. It'll still leave the website background, but only this part will print. So that's pretty powerful. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the admin section. I'm going to log in here as this person. This is their admin. This is what they see when they log in. Their employees have a built-in social network that they can send messages to each other, that sort of thing. The different pages, like the About Us, the History, and the Staff and stuff, the things that are pages go under the page editor, and you can see here when this loads up, they have the ability to pick a page. Let's say new and cool. We go to modify new and cool. Well, there's the current picture. Here's the word content. The picture alignment can be either none, top center is the default. So they can pick they want the picture over here, in the middle, on the bottom, wherever they want, and they can put the menu list and the link type, which is page that does different things. But menu categories, garden center, and it is the second one, new and cool. There you go. So they can update their menu without doing anything. They can add more pages and they can stick them in here, so they don't have to call the webmaster every time they want to do something. So I'm going to hit back here. I'm going to go back twice because that's pretty much the same with all the different pages. But there are different things on here that are applications. Portfolio, for instance. Here's their portfolio. Notice there's comments, modify, and delete now. Also, they can go up here and add to portfolio. So go to add portfolio, and you can create a whole new category. Once you have a category, what happens is the category will show up here, and then you go into modify, at which time you can edit these images. They resize automatically. You can put your description and your title, and that is what changes on the fly. So they can change this entire portfolio without calling me, which is really neat. Their events calendar, pretty simple. It's almost as what you already saw. Plants, trees, and shrubs. This is where they can add more product. So they can add one, and they can pick the category, put a description, type, and all this other stuff in a price, and it'll go into this database. There's also hit fields in there where there's their price versus the price they're selling it for. That way, when they go in to edit it, they can see that information and make their price adjustments accordingly. Manage product. Products is your rock, your wood chips, and that sort of stuff. So they can go in here and change this. They can modify the price, just like I told you before. And what else can they do? Let me see. Disease pharmacy. This is where they can add different pesticides and things of that nature, and talks about what it does and why it's important, that sort of thing. The main page. They can edit the content of their main page. You look here. That is what shows up on the upper right-hand corner of their main site. Front page images. Here's the application I was telling you about with the Flash widget. These are the images that will rotate in that Flash flipbook that's on the main page. So the minute they change this, it alters that XML file on the fly, and then they can edit that. Then they got garden decor. This is real basic stuff. They can add. There's the main page on the top, and then you've got your different garden accents and the things you can put in your yard to decorate it. And they can add as many of these as they want. And of course, I will be adding most likely a search engine for it too, and maybe some categories. If this grows to be a little bit bigger, I'm sure they'll want to categorize them and make it a little bit more searchable and have different categories. But for now, they've only got a few items. Not the end of the world. New and cool, kind of the same way. They can do their new and cool stuff, add all that in there. Other helpful links. This alters the front page. So from the Vine and the Weather channel, you can add a link and it'll put that on the main page. So it's another part of the main page. Their staff, they have their staff members. They can edit the order in which they display. They've given them titles and whatnot. So pretty good for them because then they can alter their staff page whenever they want. They don't have to call me when they hire or fire somebody. And then the golf cars, they can manage the golf cars. And the portfolio, which I think we already went over. Yeah, so we had the different categories. So that's pretty much Christen Farm Nursery. This website was done all in Perl, JavaScript. There's a couple of Ajax things in there, not a whole lot. Most of it's Flash, HTML, real basic stuff. But what makes this site one of my favorite ones that I've done is the functionality. The fact that so much important information is at the fingertips of their customers. It cuts down on their phone calls. It allows them to do a lot more and reach a lot more people because they're only open so many hours a day, whereas the internet's 24 hours a day. So that right there is Christen Farm Nursery. I will take an overview of some of my other projects. See, here's your recommended, as I put that on there, from the Vine, and the other helpful links to edit. And of course I put the price calculator on the main page, just for quick reference. So I think that they even use this when customers call them and want a quote. I think they actually go in here and do it themselves this way versus whipping out the calculator, So, 15 bucks. You see what I'm saying? It takes a few seconds. You can get somebody a quote, and it's real simple. And this is what a website should do. It should have a little bit of wow to it, and it should have a whole lot of functionality. It should have some promo value. It allows you to promote your website. It should have all the content and information that someone needs, versus just being a glorified business card per se. So, it's Christen Farm Nursery.